YouTube, xxTECHISMASONxx here, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you the components you'll need for a $400 budget build gaming computer. Let's get to it. Now, I do not want to make this video long, so I'm going to tell you the component you want to use and a little bit about it. So, the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is the CPU. Now, the CPU we're going to be using in this build is the Intel Core i3-2120 dual-core processor, and it only goes for $110 on Amazon. Now, I'm going to be building this PC personally myself in about a month. I'm just right now collecting all the components I need to build it, but make sure you stay here and subscribe if you want to see me build that for the first computer I ever built and ever. So the first thing I'm going to use is the Intel Core i3-2120. Now, this is a dual core processor. I was going to get the Intel Pentium, but I wanted to step it up a notch and get the Intel Core i3. Now, you guys are probably wondering why I won't get an i5 or i7. That's because this is a budget build computer, so I'm going to go ahead and stay down. But this processor, it gets everything on point and it works perfectly. So that's the CPU I'm going to be using. Now, the motherboard I'm going to be using is the Gigabyte GA861M/DS2. Now, this motherboard is just a basic motherboard. It's not everything. It won't make your case light up and shine bright like a diamond. And it's just a basic motherboard. It has one video output, which is VGA, but that's where I get the graphics card later. But this is just a basic motherboard. I really don't know what to say about the motherboard, but this goes for $53 on Amazon, and all the links to these products will be in the description below. So yeah, the motherboard Gigabyte GA861M/DS2. Now let's get to the graphics card. So the graphics card I am going to be using is not a really good graphics card. I'm just going to say that because it's a budget graphics card. Once again, for my higher computer I'm going to be building later in the summer, I am going to be using an Asus Radeon 7750, but in this build I'm going to be using an EVGA GeForce 210 graphics card that goes for $36. Now, it has a VGA port, a HDMI port, and a DVI plus port, so it's basic, and it has all the three major ports, and that's basic for me because I may be using 2 or 3 monitors, so that's good that it comes down because I actually will have 4 ports since I have the VGA port in my motherboard, so hooray for me. Now let's get to the memory. Now to the memory, or RAM, random access memory. I'm going to be getting a Corsair XMS3 8GB DDR3 1333 megahertz, I believe. That's the RAM I'm going to be giving. 8 gigabytes I am going to update to 16 gigabytes later because that's the only thing that the motherboard can handle is 16 gigabytes. But I'm going to start off with 8 gigabytes because that's perfectly alright. And it only goes for $36. I'm only going to be gaming a little. I'm going to be video editing, photo editing, and web browsing. So 8 gigabytes can handle that all at the same time, and that's perfect because I really don't do anything else on the computer. Yeah. Now to the hard drive. I am going to be getting the hard drive out of my old computer, which is a Western Digital 250 gigabyte, but because that computer just basically sucks, I hate this computer. I'm really going to not be using that anymore. I'm going to give it to my little baby sister because all she likes to do is play games on the internet. But I'm going to be having 2 hard drives. The one I'm going to be getting for this computer is the Western Digital Blue 1TB desktop hard drive. Now, it is 1 terabyte. If you want to get the 500 gigabyte, it costs $10 less. So what's the point of not getting 1 terabyte? Just $10 more, and it goes for $70 on Amazon. And 1 terabyte, that's enough space for all your games. If you want to play games on Steam, or if you want to play games on live, or whatever you want to do, 1 terabyte is enough. For the power supply, I am going to be getting the Cooler Master Extreme Power Plus 500 watt. Now, I am going to check back on everything and make sure that the 500 watt is enough for all of these components, but I'm pretty sure it is, and if it's not, it won't be in the description. I'll update that later on. But I'm going to be getting the Cooler Master Extreme Power Plus 500. It goes for $40 on Amazon, and there's not really much to say about that. It's a power supply. For the case, I'm going to be getting a Cooler Master Elite 343 Mini Tower. Now, I have to get a micro ATX case because the motherboard is micro ATX. And if you want to get any other case, you can. It depends on what you want to buy, but it has to be a micro ATX case. It can be any size, but it has to be a micro ATX case. I just learned that myself, so make sure you get the right case because if you don't, you'll be mad in the long run. But yeah, that's the case I'm going to be getting. I believe it looks cool and it doesn't cost that much. It only goes for $43 on Amazon. All the links will be to Amazon, but you can go to Amazon, you can go to Tiger Direct, or you can even go to Newegg.com. All these websites sell computer parts, and personally I just like Amazon for the ease of use of it because I haven't used either of the other websites. So staying with Amazon. Now the next thing I'm going to be getting is optional. You do not have to get this, but this makes this go over the $400 capacity, I can say, for this build. But I'm getting a Wi-Fi card because just in case I don't want to have all the Ethernet cords or all that stuff plugged together, because Ethernet does provide a faster internet speed than Wi-Fi. Most of the time I would like to use Wi-Fi at some point, just if some internet problems go wrong, just like a few months ago. But I'm going to be getting the TP-Link TL WN951N, and it has 300 megabits per second, which is actually faster than my computer here, which basically tells you how this computer sucks. And it's only for $24, but that's everything in this $400 budget build. I'm just doing this to make sure I can update to a better computer so I can hurry up and throw this trash away that I have. But that's all, $400. It actually leads up to $412, I believe, but once again the Wi-Fi card takes it over that, and you don't have to get a Wi-Fi card if you don't want to, because the motherboard does have an Ethernet port built in. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. You can see I'm in the Christmas spirit with my little Christmas hat on. I'm going to make this my new thumbnail on Twitter, not because everyone's doing it, because I want to. I actually thought of doing that, but I saw everybody else doing it and I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. But they don't make me change my mind. I do what I want. I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces, YouTube.